see the new one coming up.
Okay.
And I can see you
okay.
On the camera.
Shabby. Okay. Hey, and I got my chat back. Okay. Hello, everybody. We're live. Let me know with a thumbs up if you can hear us. Can you hear us? Thomas gives us a thumbs up. Yes, just too much echo. Not that loud. That's what we've been trying to fix. Sorry about that. What did you say that thing said?
One sec.
Disable audio.
Yeah, just close the tab.
Okay. How does that sound? Does that sound any better? Still a little bit of echo. Okay. All right. Well, we'll try the best we can with it and just kind of go with it. So, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Funko Preacher Live. And excited about tonight, with the exception of the little technical difficulties. But I have a special guest, my very first live special guest, Andy, the Pop Professor. And we're both new to doing the Skype over the live stream, so it's a learning curve for both of us. So I will switch this over so you can see Andy. There he is.
Hey, going. Thanks so much for being here tonight, and thanks, Mark. Really appreciate all this work and how I'm excited to hang with you guys.
Yep, no problem. I don't know why your screen just went small.
I can see you fine on my side here. Everything's good.
There we go. Hopefully that'll stay. So, everybody, if you haven't had a chance to show some support and love to the Pop Professor, he's got an Instagram channel. It's here beside the screen, and you can go over there and follow him. He's got a really good Instagram channel. And if you haven't subscribed to his YouTube channel, I encourage you to go find the link in the description and go over there and show him some support. And it's good to have everybody in the chat. We're up to 8 people as far as I can see right now. And so hopefully everything is working with the video and the audio. Sorry about the delay. Computer didn't want to cooperate tonight, but that's okay. So, Andy, what have you picked up anything this weekend?
Yeah, I just actually got back in town, and I was out of town for a work trip Thursday through Sunday of this week. So it felt a little strange. I've been doing the YouTube thing pretty steadily now for most of the year, and even back into December. And it felt strange to step aside for a couple of days. But yeah, so I didn't do any shopping or Lego builds or pickups over the weekend, but I did pick up a bunch of stuff last week. One of my latest videos is about a huge Lego haul I found at Walmart. It was this ridiculous clearance that I was really excited about. It's always nice when we find these things, 50% off. You could save a little cash. So that video is up live if anybody wants to check it out. But I also have a couple bags of pops that I found around the same time that I'm excited to share with everybody probably this week sometime. So slow and steady, been picking up some stuff. In fact, I think you can see in, let's see, my back, yep, left corner perhaps, right above Hulkbuster, I've got some IKEA shelves over there that are about to go up. So slowly renovating the studio downstairs, and yeah, just, one foot in front of the other like everybody.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool. How far are you away from IKEA?
I'm probably 2 to 3 hours, probably closer to 3 hours, but my mother was actually in town a couple weeks back and passed through right next to one, and so we used the online pickup service, which you can order some stuff online and have them deliver it. You just basically walk right in and it's waiting for you on a cart. So worked out really well to get those that way.
That's cool. I'm about 6 hours away from an IKEA.
Yeah, they're not easy to come by, and shipping will kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna have something shipped, and it was one of the Detolf cabinets, and it was $60. But then by the time I put it in the cart, it said it was going to be $260 to ship it to me. I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Can you post Pop Professor's link? Let's see. I don't know if I got any of my mods in here. Let's see, Mary's in here. Mary, could you drop Andy's link in the chat? I'd appreciate that. Yeah, whenever Mary gets that link in the chat, go over there and be sure that you support Pop Professor. And he was at 77 subs when we came in to the chat tonight, and hopefully we can get you to 100. And Thursday night in the live stream that I was having difficulty with without a Skype call, I mentioned that if we can get you to 200 subscribers by the end of January, I'll do a giveaway.
Wow. And I just want to make sure I say right up front before we start talking shop how much I appreciate the generosity. I'm just getting this going. I've been thinking about doing it for months, but I really tried to commit to a holiday when I had some time. And I can't tell you the other week, when you featured my channel on your live stream, what that meant. I mean, anybody out there that's got a channel that's just trying to get it going knows it's a ton of hard work, and there's a lot of tech issues, and it's hard to find the time if you've got a job, and I've got kids and stuff. So, it really means a lot, and it's fun to make some new friends in the community, and meet some of these folks that are out interested in the same stuff. And I really want to say thanks to not only Mark, but everybody out there. I've felt a great deal of momentum, and when you're carving out a couple hours a day to do something and you're a little behind at work or something, if you're not seeing some kind of reciprocation, you start to ask yourself if this is responsible, to be spending time on this. And that momentum keeps me going, and I'm really grateful for it. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem. No problem, man. I've had a lot of people support me, and it's just amazing the support that this community gives. And yeah, I had a slow start almost a year ago, and it took a long time to get that 100, but once I got 100 and started getting into some of these live streams, and people started supporting me and I supported them, it didn't take long to get up to 500.
Yep.
So that's awesome. And I know Ty Locke over at Homespun Geek this past Saturday shouted you out for your channel after seeing it on my channel. And so I know that whenever Saturday was hitting, I think he was at 56 subs, and then you're at 77. So, you know, he got you about 20, 21 more, I believe, through his shout out. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I left him a long comment today. You know, I was a little nervous about the fact that I was going to be out of town for work Thursday through Sunday because I've been really wrapped up in this. You know, in the evenings I work on it and stuff after work, and so I scheduled a video to go up on Friday, which I was excited about. I had a Shumi mystery box unboxing, which was a lot of fun. But you know, not really being in that mindset for a couple of days kind of made me a little anxious. And I started seeing all these comments coming through on my phone, and it wasn't until I was driving back yesterday, I guess it was Sunday, that I really understood what had happened. Kind of for a couple of days, which isn't very common. So I left him a long note, and I wasn't familiar with his channel until about a week ago. So that's what I'm saying. This is just so great. There's so many people out there doing this that you don't really realize, and you know, we're all interested in this stuff, so it's fun to see what everybody else found and hear the story of, you know, what they collect or how they found it or whatever. And I'm really, again, really grateful and was excited to subscribe to him, and I'm looking forward to going back and checking out some of his past videos now that I know about the channel. And yeah, it's just exciting stuff.
Yeah, he's got a great channel. There's a lot of great channels out there, and some of them are here in the stream, and it's just awesome to have support of different people in the community. Got a question for everybody. Did anybody get the Mickey Mouse that dropped today on the Funko Shop?
I wanted that one and I decided to pass due to budget reasons. But I haven't gotten any of those Mickeys yet, but I would like to get them eventually. They're pretty cool. They're definitely one that I would like to have. I've just try to be pretty selective with what I pick up because it can get totally out of control quickly, as everybody knows. Thomas, looks like you grabbed it. That's cool.
Thomas got one. Steve Collects didn't. I just happened to think about 1 o'clock my time, Pacific time. It's like, oh, they might have dropped something today. So I looked, and it said it was there, and it didn't say that it was sold out. So I was like, well, I'm going to go try. And I actually got to order the Mickey, and that's my first Mickey Mouse of any kind. Okay. And so I was glad to get that. And I'm probably not going to pick up any of the other Mickeys because they're all the same mold, just different colors. And I don't need 20 different Mickey Mouse of the same pose, or how many there's going to be. I don't know.
The green and yellow, and then the orange and red one. There's the pink and purple one, and then there was that 10-inch one. And I've got the 10-inch normal, non-colored one.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Which is over in my Lego shop, which is the backdrop for a lot of my videos. So people will probably have seen that on the video. I'm pretty excited about that one.
Yeah. So I got that today. So hopefully I'll have that coming pretty soon. And I ordered from Hot Topic the Yoda from the Clone Wars.
Oh yeah.
Which goes to that set right there.
Yeah. Okay.
So I couldn't find him in the store anywhere, so I ordered that. So I was hoping it would be here today so that I could unbox it, but that didn't happen. So it's supposed to be here tomorrow. So looking forward to that.
Nice.
And I pre-ordered the Michael Jordan Pop that released on the 12th through Shumi store. And so that's going to be in May. I hate to wait that long, but I wanted to make sure I got it because I don't think our Foot Locker got any. And
yeah,
that's
our footlocker didn't have them, and that was like a must-have for me. I'm from Illinois. I was a huge Bulls fan in the '90s,
yep.
and followed all those teams. So I'm super pumped about all those that whole series. I think one of them's coming out in March for Target Con on March 1st, which I'm a little worried about. It's the lineup for that is getting very large, so which I'm hoping isn't gonna mean it's just a huge nightmare to find the ones you actually want, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to have it as well. I grew up in Indiana and Illinois, so Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
greatest of all time in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
So there'll be some people that disagree with us, but
Yep.
but yeah, I saw that, so I was like, no, I gotta have it. So see, Chabby says no. You know why? Funko Preacher, laugh out loud. See, the only Mickey I wanted was the purple and pink one. I don't click Mickey, so I passed. Yeah, I think either people didn't know that the Mickey dropped this morning or today, or I'm fed up with the different colors of Mickey and they just didn't get it or something. That's the only reason why I haven't been able to get anything on the Funko shop forever.
Yeah.
The only thing I got out of the Funko shop was, what did I get? I can't even remember what pop I got from the Funko shop. I wanted that Mud Trooper. I'm still looking for that Mud Trooper. And I will get it.
I have the entire solo set. I have every single pop, and it's cool. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll help you out, man. I'll keep an eye out for that one now that I know you're looking for it.
Yeah. So, so guys, if you have any questions for Andy, just leave them in the chat, and we'll try to get to those as time permits. I did send Andy some questions that I may ask him, and I will have to look up on my message that I sent you so I can remember what I said.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right, there they are. All right, so hi, Basic. How are you tonight? Good to see you in here. Sorry, guys, if I'm not keeping up with the chat. It's good to see LJ the Geek in here, Rebel Toys, Chabby, Steve Collects, Thomas, hashtag Funko, Mary777, Mr. Something Basic. Let's see, did I miss anybody else? Papa Lucha, I don't know if he's still in here, but Papa Lucha was in the house. Bricks Bear, Santa Designs, I guess I pronounced that right. Nick Adams, Project Pops. And speaking of Project Pops, guys, I also, in addition to supporting Andy, I also wanted to shout out 5 other channels, and I shouted them out Thursday, but I wanted to shout them out again tonight. And it's the Collecting Couple, Homespun Geek, Judge Jack, Project Pops, and Sean Ryan. And these individuals were going for either 500 or 600 subscribers. And so right now, Project Pops is sitting at 480, so he's getting really close to 500. I'd like to see us be able to help him get there. Homespun Geek is at 566, and the Collecting Couple just got their 500. They're at 502, and Sean Ryan got to 503, so now they're going to be looking for 600. And Judge Jack's at 544. And again, Andy, the Pop Professor, is at 77 going into this stream, so I don't know what he's sitting at now. But I'd like to help him to get to 100. And if we can get him to 200, then I'm going to do an additional giveaway besides the giveaway for my 500 subscriber giveaway. And so the links to all these channels, again, are in the description in this stream, and Mary can probably pop some of those in as we go along. And I appreciate you, Mary, doing all that. And I don't know where any of my other moderators are, but thank you very much, Mary, for all that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Steve Collect said, can't hear you anymore. Can't hear me? Or can't hear Andy or both of us? So Steve Collect says the Pop Professor is at 79. Cool. So we've got a couple more.
Oh, that's exciting.
So, okay, Steve, you got to go. Thank you. Sound came back on after your image came back. Okay, good. Thanks a lot, Steve. Thanks for taking the time to stop by and visiting with us. Be sure to leave a like on the stream if you haven't done so yet. Appreciate that. It helps us get out there. So anyhow, I was going to ask you some questions for the people to get to know you a little bit better.
Sure.
When did you start collecting?
Well, as a kid, I collected baseball cards really, really seriously with my dad. We used, I don't even know when I started. I started attending Cubs games with him in the summertime. We started one game a summer and worked our way up over several years to like 5 games a summer. We'd go about once a month into Chicago, and we got super into baseball cards, and it was really fun. It's something we did together. We collected sets, but we also collected certain players' cards, and I've got shelves of those, which are still like some of my prized possessions. It was really fun. So I was into that for a long time, but I started collecting Funko stuff about October of 2017, so a little over a year ago now, I guess not quite a year and a half ago. Kind of got into them in a strange way. I just saw them on a friend's shelf. He had like 4 or 5 of them, and something just clicked. I thought they were really cool, and I couldn't believe how many licenses they had, and so I just kind of started looking around for them, and it was around that time my daughter was really young, like had just been born a couple months old, and I was up at like all times of the night with her, for an hour or two, feeding her bottles and all that kind of stuff. And YouTube's been around forever, but I had never really used YouTube other than to basically like Google something. I didn't watch anything on YouTube. My subscriptions meant nothing to me. It just was basically a search engine for various parts of my life. So I started watching people who were into these things and trying to kind of figure out what it was all about. And as they say, the rest is history. So that's kind of where the Funko thing started. It was right around the fall Comic-Con release, which would have been San Diego Comic-Con 17, I think.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like trying to figure this all out as those released. You know how it gets around that week, like there's videos everywhere. I was so confused. But the first pop I ever bought actually was the glow-in-the-dark Hot Topic Ahsoka that came out. I don't know if you've got that one, Mark. But that was the first one I ever bought. So. And then the Lego stuff came a little bit later. We were sorting through my son's Legos, and he had amassed quite a few of them, and I collected a lot as a kid. Not collected them, just played with them. And he and I had a lot of fun with those, so we kind of got them organized down in our basement here, and kind of gotten into it quite a bit. So
yeah, I started collecting baseball cards when I was a kid also, and then I had the Star Wars action figures, the little 3/4 inch original ones that came out in the early 80s, and I had a whole bunch of those. I wish I would have held on to those. I got rid of them about 9 years ago or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started collecting the Funkos right, I think a week before Thanksgiving last year.
Okay,
So I've been doing it for about a year now, a little over a year now, and I started the channel as it is today. Like you, I had the channel. Well, I didn't have a channel, but I had a profile, and I just used it to look up stuff and I didn't know how to do and things like that. And I started watching like woodworking and different kinds of videos like that I was kind of interested in. And then somebody had a Funko Pop and I saw it and I liked it. And my wife's cousin was getting rid of some of his, and so my first pop was about 10 of them that my mother-in-law bought for me. So so I kind of got started in right around Thanksgiving with that, and then it's just kind of grown from there. But yeah, and of course Star Wars. I think that's why I got a good connection with you. Is Star Wars is probably my number one line, and then DC and Marvel and WWE is kind of my other lines that I like to collect. But Star Wars is definitely my favorite.
Yeah, same here. I've got a 6-year-old boy, and I feel like I'm reliving my childhood as the dad, and so he is actually the one that got me into Star Wars. When I was younger, I wasn't all that into Star Wars. I got into it through him, and I spent a couple hours playing Battlefront 2 today. So it's I've definitely changed over, and just really dig it. And I like the variety of the characters, and my second line is Harry Potter, and as many baseball things as I can get. And then I do, like everybody, a handful of other things. I've got some Marvel stuff, and we also like Disney stuff a lot, so I've got a handful of Disney ones.
Okay. So, who are some of your favorite YouTubers right now?
Well, I think I was trying to think about this. I think the first person that I really got into was this channel called Out of the Box. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's this guy, I forget his name, who lives down in Louisiana. He has a great channel, spelled Outta.
Out of the box.
Out of the Box.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he hasn't been posting in a while, but there was a while. I mean, when I first got into it, I dug back into his channel, as we all do, when we find somebody's channel we like, and I watched like all of his videos. And I want to say his name is Mark. Actually,
Mark. Yeah.
Just a you know the channel I'm referring to?
Yep. Yeah, I watched that one too.
Nice guy. Yeah, he's funny, and he's a cool guy. And so I really like that. I watched Bearded Pop Hunter a lot from the beginning, and on FM's channel, the Funko News. I don't know where I would be without him, and I try to thank him as often as possible because he's the best. And then Top Pops, Tristan's just been killing it with that for a long time.
Yeah.
So those were the channels that I got into the most early on. And then more recently, I still watch, I think, all of those, as well as several others. But I've gotten into the Lego stuff, and my favorite Lego channel is definitely Greg and Clark on Brickitect. And he does really great work, and he's just a really honest, nice guy, who's doing some really cool stuff. So and he's got his son on there a lot, so I can relate to that quite a bit. Yeah. And then Ryan's channel on Jetta Patrol, I'm sure a lot of people know that it's gotten extremely popular, but it seems like that's happened really quickly. I mean, he's worked hard, and if you've been watching his channel for a while, you can see the evolution. He's put a ton of work into it, but he puts out great content. And again, it's family friendly. It's just being himself, and it's honest. And so I'd say those are two of the bigger channels that I watch most often now. In addition to the ones I mentioned.
Yeah, I started watching. Of course, whenever I first started watching the Funko type stuff, there wasn't a lot of channels, but Ryan's was one of the first ones I came across. Funko Pop Central, Josh, and then later I got into Tristan's, and Steph at oh yeah, now I'm going to have a blank.
Yeah. It's hard to remember them all.
Somebody's going to put it in the chat, I know, and I'll feel bad because I didn't remember her name. Nerdy Noob, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't remember. I know, that's bad. Shame. Nerdy Noob, and see, who else did I watch? The original Pop Stop.
Oh yeah.
So some of them were one of the first ones that I watched, and now there's just been such an explosion of new creators coming in that are focusing on Funko Pops and Black Series and all these different action figures and things, that it's hard to keep up with them now. It's like, oh man.
Yeah.
And then you don't get a chance to go back to some of the ones that you watched originally because you're trying to keep up with the other ones. And but yeah, there's a lot of great content out there, and it just surprises me that with all the content that there is out there, that 500 people would subscribe to my channel and come and watch, and it's like, really? So, but
Well, I mean, we're like you always say, it's about supporting each other, and if you find somebody who's genuine and just trying to share what they know and what they're into, and it's fun to check it out. I mean, if you bumped into that person in real life and mentioned some of these things, you probably end up sitting around talking for an hour, because you got something in common. So
yeah,
it's cool that we're able to do this.
Yeah, and there's not. I've got a few people in my area that know what I'm talking about whenever I start talking about Funko Pops, and so it's always good to be able to talk with people about it and not get, you play with toys or whatever, they don't get what you're doing, or why do you spend so much money on those and all that stuff. And for me, it's nostalgia. I can't even say that word. It takes me back to my childhood. Let's put it that way.
Yep, I totally agree. And it's good to stay young, and not lose track of that. I think it's easy to take life seriously, especially the older you get, the more responsibility you've got. And it's good to have a good time,
Yeah. Okay. So what do you like most about collecting?
I think you kind of nailed it with the nostalgia thing. I think, let's take Star Wars, for example. I wasn't that into Star Wars. I had the, episodes 4, 5, and 6 on VHS tape somewhere as a kid, and I'm sure I watched them once or twice, but it wasn't like a big thing. I didn't have a Star Wars backpack in school, and in college, kind of lost track of it altogether for a while. But now, like I said, my son kind of got me back into it to begin with. And I love that, I get these characters. Let's take Solo, for example. I had most of those pops before I went to the movie. And it was so cool to see, like, oh, there's Kira, and there's Rio, and like, oh, that's what that thing that, because you get these characters, you don't really know who they are or what it is sometimes, especially Star Wars, because they look kind of different. And I feel like I watch the movies and appreciate the original material a lot better because I've paid so much attention, this way. So it kind of, I think, deepens our fandom, I guess, for these different licenses and series. And the same's true with Legos. They release different scenes for different movies or shows or whatever. And I just think it's cool. I'll get a character and then go back, and when I'm rewatching the movie, I'll actually remember the name of maybe somebody deeper than those first 3 or 4 characters in each movie, because you're starting to pay attention with so much more detail. So I think that's the thing I like about it the most, is it actually helps to sharpen and deepen my appreciation of something that I'm already into quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you go back to some of my older videos right before the movie came out, I said I wasn't going to get the whole set of Solo.
Yeah.
And I was like, Han Solo, Chewbacca, the Mud Trooper, and just, I think those were, and the Range Trooper, I think. And then I went and saw the movie, and the wife and I really enjoyed it. And so then I was like, oh, I got to get this one, I got to get that one. And I really liked Tobias Beckett.
Yeah.
I thought he was portrayed really well, and so I was like, oh, I have to get those variations of his Pop.
They've got the kind of Mud Trooper one, and then they've got the one from later in the movie as well.
Yeah, so, I was like, yeah, so I'm going to get them all. And so I think I'm only 5 or 6 away from getting the complete set, so but yeah. Guys, if there's anybody that's got a question for Andy, just leave it in the chat. I don't think I've seen any. What do you think about my friend Brandon Wilmore from back in Illinois? Said new Star Wars line coming out. What do you think about those Pops?
I'm excited. I ran face first into most of them a week and a half ago, so I actually have them over here, and I'm going to make a video this week. A little spoiler alert, I suppose, there, but yeah, I mean, that was one of those things that hit Instagram like Monday for me, and like I think it was Wednesday, I found them on the shelf. I was kind of freaking out. I mean, they're just commons, but I don't care about that. I like them. So I didn't get Emperor Palpatine, but I got the other 4, and I'm very excited. And then I can't recite these from memory because, like I said, this weekend was a little hazy for me with work, but I saw that there were quite a few new ones released that I think some of them were going to hit the target. Exclusive stuff on March 1st. I know there's a 10-inch Ewok coming, and I thought I saw a baby one coming, and then I also thought I saw that the glow-in-the-dark Vader, am I correct that the Vader is going to be a common, and then the glow-in-the-dark variant is going to target? Is that accurate? Do you know?
That's the last I've heard. So I haven't heard anything different about that, so I don't know.
Yeah, I know there was a lot of chatter about everybody liked the Vader, and they weren't sure if that was going to be Funko Shop exclusive or what. So I'm, of course, really excited about that blue Vader. I think it looks really cool. So yeah, I'm pumped. It's nice to see some new ones coming out. They really, to my memory, haven't released that many Star Wars ones in a while. I screwed up at the last Comic-Con and didn't get that Hot Topic Rex. I didn't go over there first, didn't think it'd be a problem because they always have so many, and that was the one that like flew off the shelf. And that one's really cool with the white and the blue. And so that's my Mud Trooper. I mean, I'll find it eventually. It's not the end of the world, but I missed it when it came out. So. Yep, that's it, right? Next to Cody, I think.
Yep.
I thought that was it. And I just actually, that Hot Topic Ahsoka next to him, I just picked that up this weekend, or last weekend. So
yeah, I got her in Hot Topic about a month or so ago, probably. And the Rex I ordered online as soon as they dropped on New York Comic Con. because I was like, there's probably no way that he'll be at Hot Topic whenever I go, and so I just ordered him, and I ordered what's the other one? I ordered the Captain Caveman. No, that wasn't New York. That was the other one. I don't know. There was something else I ordered. Oh, Killer Frost. Killer Frost I ordered online too. That night that it dropped. So, but it's pretty cool. Let's see. Hey, Pop Culture, how are you? Good to have you in the stream tonight. Let's see. Woody Harrelson is awesome. Yes, he is. I don't like all of his movies, but in Solo, I really liked his portrayal. How many Star Wars 5s do you guys have? 293 just in Star Wars. I want to have them all, though.
How many Star Wars Pops? I'm assuming is what that means?
Yeah.
Just in general? That's a good question. Let me actually check my... see if I can pull that up on Stashpedia quickly to tell me. I don't know if I can sort by... Let's see here.
You should be able to sort it by category.
Yeah, I'm not on the... Let me just do it on my phone. It'll be faster. Yeah, I've got quite a few of the more recent ones. It's the older ones because I only started a year and a half ago that it's so tough to quote unquote catch up and keep up with what's coming out. Like it just gets so expensive so fast.
Yeah, especially the really rarer ones.
Oh yeah. I'm on my phone in my collection sorted by type. But I don't know how to find out how many I have without just counting these by row. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. Looks like about 50 rows times 3. So it's about 150. I'm not going to waste everybody's time counting closer than that, but yeah, I'd say it's about 150, something like that.
Well, you got me beat. I got about 65.
Okay.
But most of those are 3-packs and the movie moments.
Yeah.
So technically, the 3-packs are 3.
Yeah, right.
So and I've got like you can somewhere back here. So I got these Cloud City 3-pack out of the box, and then right below them it's in the box. Right. So I got a couple duplicates of some. But yeah.
See what you have back there. I know I don't have the 3-pack in the middle. The one is that Greedo in there?
Yeah, Greedo, Hammerhead, and Walrus Man.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
And then I got the 3 X-Wing pilots.
Yeah, those are cool. I have those.
And then that's Lobot, Ugnaught, and Bespin Guard. And then, what else do I got another one? I guess that's the only 3-pack I have of those. And then the rest of them I got the movie moments.
Yep.
But I don't.
Cool shelf with all the Endor stuff with the all the different speeder bikes and the Ewok and those are some of my favorites. And the ATSD with Chewbacca coming out of it. So yeah, that was kind of a fun little scene to put together.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, LJ, that you missed out on Killer Frost. She's a really cool looking pop. And Pop Culture said, I just wish movie moments didn't take up so much space. Yeah. Well, and then they're also, close to $30 or $36, depending on which ones you get. So, that is 3 pops.
Yeah. I want the box lunch platform 9 3/4 with the Harry Potter release. you saw that big haul that I had around Christmas time from my mom, and I'm close. I'm kind of caught up on a lot, but I'm still missing a handful of them, and that's one of them. But it's like $32.99, and it just, I don't know, it adds up fast. So you have to really be careful.
Yeah, if you get ones that are like at Hot Topic, that's when the hot cash will come in handy.
Yep.
You know, but if you don't get them at, like, Walmart is where most of the Star Wars, and then one of them was Walgreens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and my store never did bring them down to like $15 or $5 like a lot of people back on the East Coast were getting them for. So I had to pay $24 to $28 a piece for those.
Yeah.
And I think last week one of those went, well, it wasn't last week, last month one of those went down to $15 finally.
Okay.
But
yeah, my Walmarts here had, I mean, rows of them up top. You know, they were just, and I'd go in and check and every day. It was $24.99, and I'm seeing people online getting them for like $5 a piece, and it's just weird that they would do those huge ones cheaper than I'd ever seen a single pop at Walmart.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was all about, but it doesn't always make sense. Some of the pricing you find in the stores is confusing, to say the least.
Yeah.
So
Mary only has one Star Wars pop so far. What one is it, Mary?
I would say congratulations. Keep it there.
Yeah. Star Wars and Marvel and Harry Potter. Those are huge lines.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I'm not into necessarily collecting all the pops that there are in those lines, just the ones I really like and or I think look really cool. But yeah, if you start going down that road, you're going to be number one. Like you said, you know, if you start later, you know, you've missed out on those original releases, and it's hard unless you want to pay flipper prices through eBay or whatever to get some of those.
Yeah, it's really tricky, but you know, you just take it a step at a time, and I'd be curious for everybody in the chat and for you too, Mark, how you guys budget monthly, not necessarily how much or anything like that, but just how do you just kind of buy as you go and find what you find, or do you kind of strategize, like, for the month, this is what I'm going to go after? Because one thing I find is, after you've been collecting for a little while, it's really tough to keep up with what's being released in any given week, let alone a month. And then if you find a really great deal on some stuff, it may not be highest on your list, but it's a great price, half off or something. So then you're tempted to grab that stuff. But if you would just save all that money and get a fantastic price on an eBay thing on maybe like an older line that's not in the stores, you can actually get something that's probably at the top of your wish list. And negotiating those things is always really difficult for me. I wonder what you think of that.
Yeah. I don't have a set budget per se. Of course, you know, our bills come first.
Oh, of course.
And then if we have some money left over, you know, we'll get something. But and then usually I'll go in and I try to be conservative and maybe get 3 or 4 pops at the most, depending on, you know, if it's like a 3 for 1 or 2 for 3 kind of thing, or 3 for 2. Then we'll get one of those. But if the wife says I can get it, I take advantage of it. Oh, okay, you said. So, but I know I had no clue when the first, you know, last year when San Diego Comic-Con came around, I was not planning. Well, of course I ordered them online, so it was the $15 a piece plus shipping, and you know, I had I think 6 pops.
Yeah.
And by the time I got in the Target exclusive Oscar from WWE. I wanted that one, and then I got to looking at how many I'd already ordered, and it was already well over $60. I was like, I'll have to pass on that. And so I missed out on her, but that was one of those things that I had to say, okay, reel it in. You're spending too much.
I forget which one it was, but one of the Comic-Con releases, I got into a little bit of a jam because I found everything online that I wanted, and let's say it was 7 of them or something like that. So I bought them from like 2 or 3 different places, but then you had shipping, and it got north of $100 before I even tried. But then I was worried that they were gonna cancel my orders, because sometimes that happens, or you get it and the box is like crumbled. I'm not talking about like a little nick on the corner. I'm talking like sometimes the shipping is just a disaster. So I went out the next day, and then, as luck would have it, of course, I found all of them. You know, and any other time you'd go out and like not make it, or they wouldn't have them, or you miss it. But of course, it's the day that I ordered them online that I found every single one of them in person. And so I ended up just returning some of the stuff that I asked around to a couple local friends if they needed anything, and then I just returned the stuff. But yeah, for a minute there, it's like I had this double set of stuff that's like not what I intended to do, you know. So it's tricky for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I think sometimes, if I don't order it, I won't see it. And then you see it, and it's usually less than, of course, with the shipping that you save. You know, it's like, I should have waited, but that's not how my luck goes. My luck goes, if I don't get it now, it'll be gone tomorrow. And but that's one thing I've learned since I started collecting, is don't get in too big of a panic, because a lot of these stores will restock and you'll have a chance to get it. Like the ad icons for Target, everybody was going crazy over those things, and our Target, which is an hour and a half away, the closest one, they didn't have the ones that I was wanting. And you know, a month and a half, 2 months later, we went into Target, and we weren't really looking for those. We were looking for something else, and I saw them on the shelf, so I grabbed like 4 of them. And I was like, wow. And I was thinking about, you know, going online to a Facebook group or somewhere, see if somebody had some that they wanted to sell, and so luckily I didn't have to do that, because they restock. But a lot of them will restock, and so you still got a chance. And it's like the Hulk busting out a Hulkbuster up there. I thought I missed out on him because I went to GameStop the day before it was to come out, and we was traveling through a place, and they said, yeah, we can, you know, hold it for you, and you can come and get it. And I said, well, I'm like 4 hours away. I can't do it. And so then I called every GameStop and looked online to see if they had any around us, and there was like 300 miles, nothing. And I even had people back in Illinois and Indiana looking for me, and they were either all sold out or they never got them. And then one day, a month or 2 later, I was looking on ThinkGeek, and they had them, so I ordered them and got them. But yeah, the key is not to panic and think, oh, it's not going to work out, and then pay flipper prices. You know, if you got to pay a couple $100 or something, it's not worth it. For me, anyway. I cringe at paying more than $30 for a pop.
Yeah, same here. I try to pay retail and, you know, leave it at that. And I've actually started to order them. I never ordered online. I would always go up to the stores, but sometimes my work schedule is such that I just can't afford the couple of hours out messing around where I could just pay a few bucks in shipping and know that somebody's going to send it to me. And I'm helping usually a small business, and it shows up in great condition, and I just know that I'm going to get it and then be done.
Mm-hmm.
So I go back and forth on that stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, LJ says, I try to find out when the pops I want come out that month and pick them up on the day, week. If it is not sold out, then if it's sold out, I wait a month or so and buy it as cheap as I can. Yeah, that's exactly what we were saying. Just give it a little bit of time, and they'll probably get restocked, and sometimes you can find them cheaper than when they originally came out. I know, like, a lot of these Comic-Con ones that you pay $15 for. If you wait, sometimes you're going to get it for $10 or cheaper. So yeah, don't get all stressed out if you missed out on something. And then even if they don't restock, there are some places like Facebook groups that some of the people will do a little bit more than retail, and you just pay the shipping for them. That's how I got my Joey Votto baseball pop.
Oh yeah.
Is you had to be at Cincinnati at the game, and I'm like 2,500 miles away. There's no way I'm getting there. And so I just hit somebody up on one of the Facebook groups and said, hey, if anybody's going to the game and would be able to pick me up one and sell it to me, reasonable, I'd like to get one. And I had a couple offers, and this one guy, and he did a good job sending it, and that's one of my favorite pops right now.
Oh, for sure.
And so, but and then I got a couple other purchases. I don't know if you can see that Target, or not Target, Hot Topic R2D2 Gold Chrome in the dome.
Oh yeah.
Back over, right there.
You mean this one?
Yeah, that one. I got that with the Kylo Ren. This is always hard to do, reflected backwards, on his TIE Fighter. And who else did I get with it? I don't know. I got some of these others, but that was off of a guy from a Facebook Funko group. And I didn't pay, probably just a few bucks over what retail would have been. And so I've had good dealings with those so far. I haven't done eBay or anything like that. I'm a little leery about them, but yeah. So Tolly, the Towel Man, says been collecting for 4 years. That's awesome.
Wow. I bet you got some good stuff, man.
Yeah. And Thomas says, I only have 200. Hey, 200 is a lot. I've got 150-ish, 50 or 60, and that's a lot. Although I've been collecting for a little over a year, and I heard somebody on YouTube the other day said they just started collecting a month ago, and they've got about 200 pops. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I thought I was bad.
It's easy to go down the rabbit hole. I mean, there's so many of them and so many interests. If you like a lot of stuff, there's no shortage of which ones to get, even in the stores today.
Hey, John, M's dad, good to see you. Andy, have you ever been over to M's dad's channel?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Check it out.
Yeah. He has a daughter, Emma the Narwhal, and she's getting close to 2,500 subscribers. And so if you're not supporting her, go and support her channel. And M's dad is John. What are you getting close to right now?
It's like 1855.
Yeah. So I know he's getting close to that 2,000. So if you're not supporting M's dad, go over support him and support Emma the Narwhal. Appreciate them. They're ones that have helped me in my channel growth a lot. And so a lot of the people that have kind of come in and out tonight kind of come from that Funko family. and so they build up a pretty good community of Funko collectors. Well, and even not Funko collectors, but they just love to go around and supporting people. And so if you get a chance, go over there and check him out, and check his daughters out too. 1.9K.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, they both just hopped over there. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. And John said that he supported your channel now. So,
thank you.
So that ought to put you up to 80, shouldn't it?
Yeah, let's see here. I can pull up my phone and have it tell me without messing with the computer here. Yeah, it's been so exciting just to see the you know, stuff move along, and yeah, 82 it says.
82, cool.
Yeah.
So you're moving along.
Yeah, I love getting the comments too, and right, chatting back and forth with people, and seeing what they're up to, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, the interactions and the friendships that you make through the YouTube is an awesome thing. And I know we say it all the time, my friend this or my friend that or whatever. We've never met, but you watch their videos and you kind of feel like, oh, I know that person, and you chat back and forth or something, and so you kind of develop that. It'd be cool to actually be able to meet some of these people in person.
Yeah, do like a meetup or something.
Yeah. Of course, it's kind of hard when you got some people that live, like M's dad's in New York, I'm out here in California, there's people in Tennessee. Yeah. I was going to ask you, did you get any snow?
No.
No, you guys didn't get that snow? Indiana and Illinois got snow.
Yeah, it's that's where I'm from, and that's why I live here.
Yeah. We've just been getting a lot of rain for the last week we've been getting a lot of rain.
It was relatively very cold today, but I mean, I actually don't know what the temperature was today, but it's still, like I said, relative. It was quite chilly here today, but I can still walk in without a jacket if you really, really had to, and not, get frostbite. So.
LJ says that there are 6 inches of snow drifts over that. Where are you at, LJ? What state are you in? And -10. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't miss that stuff.
Yeah.
I grew up in that.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to shovel the rain than it is the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just had a lot of rain. I think we got like 18 inches of rain. So if it got cold like it does back in the east, we'd be in some serious problems.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But luckily here, we just get a lot of rain. We don't get snow. We can go about 10 miles from where I live, and we can get snow in the mountains. But as far as the city that I live in, we don't get snow. So we just get a lot of rain, fog. And it stays between 40 and 70 degrees all year long.
Right.
So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I would be too. It's the 80s and 90s that I'm actually not all that wild about. I like the cooler weather, but
yeah,
take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
So.
LJ says that he's from Ohio. Mary lives in Michigan, and the winters there can be bad.
Oh yeah.
And everything. Yeah. I miss the Midwest, but I don't miss the weather.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. So.
I was curious if anybody saw any of those London Toy Fair reveals today and what everybody thought of it. I didn't get to look at them super closely, but I did kind of take a minute before I got online to check them out to see if anybody wanted to talk about that stuff or see what they were excited about. So.
Yeah. Tolley's from Maine, and he gets hammered. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at that a little bit before the stream, and it seems like there's a lot of gaming and like the anime and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think what else I saw that there's only like a handful that I liked and would think about getting.
Yeah, I lucked out. I think there was 3 things I'd like to get. Number 1 for me was definitely the Office Space movie Pops. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but it's a favorite of mine, and I was really excited to see that. I think they released just 4 figures. Milton with the red stapler was hilarious. It's a great scene. That's what I was saying. Great scene from the movie, and the Joanna with Flair, where she's at the kind of Applebee's or whatever with all the buttons and stuff. And then Peter Gibbons and Bill Lumberg, his boss, with the coffee cup and the suspenders. So I'm really excited to get those 4. But that was really it. There's a vinyl 2-pack from Toy Story and Harry Potter that I'd like to get. That's all. Otherwise, I think I'm clear, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Well, speaking of vinyls,
what about you, Mark? Anything you saw?
Do you have any vinyls in your collection?
Yeah, I actually just started. I picked up my first set the other day, a Barnes & Noble exclusive Harry Potter set on Top Pops. Actually, Tristan's mom did a video of her vinyl collection. I don't know if you caught that video.
Yeah, I caught that one. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I've seen them and thought they were cool. And I was messaging back and forth with Bearded Pop Hunter a little on Instagram the other day. We were both like feeling like we were kind of getting pulled that way. And then I saw one the other day, and I had a coupon for 15% off at Barnes & Noble, and I'm a member. And so I snagged one of those, my first set of vinyls. I think I'm going to get a few more. I just think they're kind of neat. So. What about you?
Yeah, I don't have any vinyls. Everything's Funko Pops. I got a few mystery minis.
Yeah.
And I've got, as far as non-Funko, I've got a Black Panther and the Han Solo 6-inch figures. But everything else is pretty much, the Funko Pops. But I do like some of the vinyls.
Yeah.
And I like some of the 5 stars.
Yeah, those are neat. I don't have any yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Yeah. LJ says the cool Lord of the Ring ride looks sweet. Yeah, that looked pretty awesome. I like that.
And I don't do Game of Thrones, but I don't even watch the show. But there were like 4 new ones where they're in the throne.
On the throne, yeah. Yeah, I like. I don't collect Game of Thrones because I haven't watched the show, and everybody tells me I should watch the show because I like it. But that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
I can't get into another 7 or 8 season show.
Yeah. Right.
But I don't collect that. I don't have any Lord of the Rings pops, and I love the movies, but I haven't started down that rabbit hole yet. Hey Tats, good to see you. How are you doing? Mary doesn't have any vinyls, but does have some mystery minis and some Dorbs.
Yeah. I like the mystery minis a lot. Those are neat.
Yeah. The only Dorbs I like are like the Batman Dorbs.
Yeah.
Some of those I like.
I got this guy. I've got 2 of these.
Oh,
that
cool.
sit right below my Mac, like kind of on the foot of it. They just kind of sit right on my desk. They're pretty fun. So.
Yeah. So I don't know. See, do you think Funko will be releasing info of new stuff at the New York Toy Fair in February? I would imagine that they would, because they had, I don't know how many they had this last February. There was all kinds of them, and that was like, no.
Yeah.
can't have this many pops that I want.
I know.
So
It becomes problematic.
yeah. So if they only put out 1 or 2 things that I want, then I can be happy.
That's like today. I was worried about the London Toy Fair stuff, but I came out going, okay, I'm going to be all right because I have all this other stuff I want. We haven't really talked much about Legos either, which is fine, but there's a whole list of equal length over there, and so juggling the two is really hard.
Yeah.
I really have to be selective,
Yeah, I looked at the clearance section over at our Walmart on the Legos, and like the individual box, the little small box, wherever I am here, the little ones that have like a little ride and a figure or something. I think there was a couple of those that were like $5.
That's pretty good.
But most of the bigger sets were like $15, $49, or whatever. So I was like, I can't do Legos.
Yeah, they get expensive, and those are usually called battle packs. They come with like 4 minifigs and a little, Star Wars vehicle of some kind. They're usually, I think, $15, and so $5 is a good price. It's a great price. But some of those large sets are well over $100, and as we've been saying, it just adds up fast. So,
yeah, that's like the Star Wars for the 3/4 inch, the Millennium Falcon or whatever, and the X-wing, not the X-wing, but the TIE fighters or whatever. They're $100 or whatever, and it's like, man, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And then GameStop has like those helmets.
Oh yeah.
This shock trooper, and they're $100, and I'm like, get them on sale.
Who makes those? Because Jedi Patrol, Ryan's got those behind him, and I thought about picking up. I would love to get a Stormtrooper helmet of some kind, or one of the troopers, but I wasn't sure who. Like what line
what company?
Coming out.
Yeah. I can't remember what the name of it is, but Greg Cook, I don't know if you've seen his channel or not. He's got a Darth Vader helmet, a Stormtrooper helmet, a Poe Dameron helmet, and he got the Shock Trooper helmet. So I know he's got at least 4 helmets.
Okay, I'll go check that out. He was not that far from me. Like we only lived maybe an hour apart.
Yeah.
So we've never met, but one of these days I got to bump into him.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah,
I like him.
Yeah, he and Kent Poole, I love all their stuff.
Yeah, I like the fact that he makes the dioramas and does some of the photography stuff too, which is great. Besides just talking about pops, because that's what we all do. Is open up a box, show you what's inside and everything, and but to have the photography aspect and the building of the dioramas kind of sets his channel a little bit apart from everybody else's, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. Anybody else? Yeah, it was not a good con exclusive year. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but I know there was a lot of things that like Star Wars was kind of disappointing this year.
I think I agree. Like there were ones that were in the lines I collected, so I wanted to go get them, but I wasn't like just really excited when they came out. Like there's a lot of buzz about this Darth Vader glow in the dark blue one, and I feel that like as soon as I saw it, I thought it was cool. I don't know how you reacted to that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was. It's a must. You gotta have it.
Yeah, gotta have this one.
Yeah.
But some of the Comic-Con releases this year, I just didn't feel that way about. I wanted them because they were in the lines I collected, but I wasn't like over the moon about maybe the portion of the movie that they picked the character from, whatever. So.
Yeah, I think that that and the Emperor, you have to have both of them.
Yeah.
Because that comes from that one scene where they're together.
Yep.
So, and Darth Vader doesn't make sense if you don't have the Emperor with his lightning. So, you definitely got to have both of those. And I think the Princess Leia one looks cool.
Yep.
And I know my friend Brandon, who was in the chat earlier, I don't know if he's still in or if he left, he's wanting the Wickets.
Yep.
And I don't know if I'm going to get any Ewoks or not. I wanted to get the Ewok 3-pack from Walmart, and I have never been able to find it, except for online, and then it's more than what I want to pay for it. But yeah, I don't know about getting the Ewoks or not, but they're pretty cool. And the 10 inches, I would like to get 10-inch, but where do you put them?
Yeah, I've got, let's see, what do I have? 10-inch Hulk, 10-inch Ford, 10-inch Thanos, right?
Thanos, yeah.
Thanos, yeah. I double checked on something a long time. And then the 10-inch Mickey Mouse. I think those are the only ones. Oh no, that's not true. 10-inch Dobby from Harry Potter I have as well. And now they're doing Jack from The Incredibles, which I have almost that whole line, and I'll probably get that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are problematic.
Yeah.
They're just so big.
Nick Adams says they're around $50 on Amazon. Wow.
Yeah, that's the. I was asking him about the Black Series, the helmets. I was asking him what's full price on one of those things. So that's not horrible for something that big.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And then if you get a deal on it, all the better. So I would like to pick one or two of those up. I've got these shelves above my desk here. I've got a wall right here, and I'm going to get a couple of those IKEA shelves put up here and kind of display some stuff. And then over to my right, I've got a bunch of bookshelves with a bunch of props on it, but I think I'm going to move them and put some shelving right onto the wall, and so I can stack things a little bit more concisely. And so I'm going to be doing some rearranging in the next little while. So
yeah,
those.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But let's see. LJ says that I have 4 10-inch, the Dobby, Niffler, Hawk, and Bullseye. So those are cool.
I have the Niffler too. I forgot about that one.
You're so big you miss them.
Yeah. Well, they're in the other room by the TV where my Harry Potter pops are.
Yeah. No, I was telling my wife last night, if I was to get a 10-inch pop, it would have to be the Hulk.
Yeah, it's cool. It's definitely the coolest one by far, I think. I've got it out of the box just over there, and it is really, really detailed, and he's my favorite.
Yeah. And I feel the same way when, like Jeddah talks about Hot Toys and different ones. You got to have the Hulk.
Yeah.
That Gladiator Hulk is awesome.
Yeah. That's the problem is I didn't even know about those things. And I know a lot of people that collect Marvel Legends figures and like the whatever they are those the 6-inch figures, right? Or 3 3/4. Yeah,
6 inch.
So I've seen them. They're cool. I totally get it. But if I'm gonna go into the sort of figurine, those Hot Toys are amazing. And I don't have any. I didn't even know what they were. I found out on Jetta's channel. And I actually had a Stormtrooper I bid for on eBay the other day, and I just lost it. It was a really good price. And I was hoping to get it. And I was thinking maybe I would just get a couple for my desk for now because they're so expensive. Just one every couple months if I could find the money. Excuse me, but I was kind of bummed actually when I didn't get that. And then that same day, this was what I was talking about like saving money for things you really want high on your list, as opposed to like these 4 new Star Wars pops that just came out. You were saying about Wicket, like, yeah, we would both like to have them, but are there things you would like to have even more that just aren't brand new? Yep. And one of them for me is the whole MLB mascots line is way high on my list. And I had the Philly Fanatic. I saw it on eBay at a really, really good price, and I like missed it by a couple bucks. But it's tough to decide if you're going to put your money there or, you know, whatever. But I really wanted that one. I think he's cool.
Yeah. Well, my wife told me to stick with one thing.
Yeah, totally.
If you're going to collect pops, collect pops. Don't get into
right.
the figures and things like that. And she wanted me just to focus on Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I was like, then she realized, oh, there's some Disney pops and things like that, and she liked them. So she's got a few in my collection here too. So now she goes through all these Facebook groups and things and sees all the pictures. Do you have this one? Do you have that one?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so she's like doing it more than I am, and it's like, really?
Yeah.
And you wanted me to limit myself. And now she's kind of saying, oh, you got to check into that, see how much that one is. See, LJ said that he got his Hulk for 50 cents because the hammer was broke.
Yeah.
That's still a good pickup, even though the hammer was broke for 50 cents.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah. Just get some hot glue or something and glue that hammer back on. Yep. If you can. Yeah, I got the little pop of the Gladiator Hawk, and yeah, I really like to have the 10-inch. LJ says he collects everything. Yeah, and again, the problem gets to be, well, not only money, but it gets to be storage.
Yep, space.
Where do you put it? And I started off with 3. I never know which way to go. With 3 of these bookcases. And then had them all stacked up on top. Well, originally I started with off the floor and went up the wall. Yeah. And then they got way up here and they kind of started to lean. And I was like, there's got to be a better way. So then I got these 3 bookcases, which I only got 2 up here now. And then I saw everybody was getting these baseball bat displays.
Yeah.
So I like those. You can fit about 13 or 14 pops inside, and then stuff at the top there. And so that's helped a lot. It makes it look like I hardly got any pops, though, in comparison to what I had before. And then I just get some totes, and the ones I take out of the box, I put the boxes inside a tote and store them in a closet somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
It's a good idea to put the boxes in a tote so they're at least a little bit protected, and they're not. And also, you can pull one bag of boxes out as opposed to just having hundreds of boxes stacked, and like a deck of cards.
Yeah. Yeah. So LJ has a 3-bedroom house, and he has a room for just the collectibles, and he collects in big plastic bins. Yeah. Or store them in plastic bins. Yeah. We basically have a 2-bedroom townhouse with an open loft, which could be like a technical 3rd bedroom. So I've got this as an office, studio, whatever you want to call it. So that's where mine is, and this is just right outside of our bedroom. So. But once I get this place filled up, it'll be, okay, where do I go now?
Right, yeah.
Well, we got a guest room downstairs, and, I guess I could always put it into an overflow. Say, sorry, guest, you can't come over because there's no room for you. If I did have a guest and had a bunch of Funko Pops all over the room, they'd probably be like whenever you get to a room that has all those weird looking dolls.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, they're all staring at you.
In the office.
Yeah. See if there's anything else. See, Mary said before you know it, they'll have 15 to 25 inch pops, maybe even bigger. I don't know how big they'll end up going with those things, but
yeah.
But it makes sense. Like the Hulk, he's supposed to be this huge character, right? So it makes sense that he would be like a 10-inch or bigger. But if you get these little bitty characters and you make them so huge, it doesn't quite make sense.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I totally agree. I would like them to make those a little more limited, so that when they do come out, it's like really special and not just.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing with the Target Con for this year. Is there's so many of those, the Jack and who can't even remember who all is coming out, but they have a whole bunch of 10-inch ones, and it's like, okay, I want it, but yet again at the price range and all the other ones, I want something else more.
Yeah.
So I'll get
that Michael. There's, I think, the Darth Vader and that Michael Jordan. Those are must-haves for me. Like top of my wish list.
Yep.
I mean, I'll get up and wait in line for those. So, the other stuff is kind of whatever, but I wouldn't mind having Captain Marvel and some of the other stuff in there just because it's kind of cool, but they're not necessarily inside my. But the Michael Jordan and the Darth Vader, definitely want to get those.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, was there anything else that you wanted to mention that we didn't get to talk about yet?
No, I don't think so, man. This has been a lot of fun. I appreciate you doing it.
Yeah, well, this stream is almost at 1 hour and 30 minutes after we.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. After we tried about 30 minutes on the previous stream. Hopefully it was better once we restarted it, and I'll have to do some more research on doing the Skype chat online, see what settings things need to be and whatever a little bit better, but I thought I had it all good. Hey, Papa Lucha, good to see you still in here. Yeah, Papa Lucha collects the Marvel Legends, the 6-inch ones.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that collect those and everything. Like I said, I only have the Black Panther, and the reason why I had the Black Panther and the Han Solo is because they were $5 at Walmart.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I can't pass that up,
No.
And they're normally $20.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the reason why I don't collect them. Because $20, and I'm like, that's 2 pops.
Yeah. Yep. I know.
So.
It's hard. Definitely difficult.
But,
for sure.
Yeah. So if you have time, or if you like it, okay. If you like it, you find the room. Yeah. You definitely find room and everything to try to find room for this stuff. Yeah, Papa Lucha, same dilemma. Yeah, because he and his wife collect the Funko Pops as well, and so you see something that you like in one series of collection, and then you think, I want to have the Pops over here, so which one do I get?
Yeah.
See, if it was up to me, I'd get it all.
Yeah.
And everything, but the wife kind of keeps me in check and said, you can get one. Now, which one? It's like, oh. So.
It's good to focus the collection and make sure it's stuff you're excited about, not just because they can just run wild. So.
Yeah. So. Definitely. All right. Well, Andy, I appreciate you being on the stream with me tonight, and glad we got this kind of worked out, how it worked out. And guys, again, if you're not supporting Andy, the Pop Professor, the link is in the chat. It's also in the description it will be in the description of the video, since I have to put the description in the second video that we did. But you can go check him out. Also, the ones that I mentioned earlier, but the voice was gone. There's other channels that I wanted you to help support as well. There were 5 other ones. They're trying to get either to 500 subscribers or 600. If you could go and support them, I would appreciate that very much. And guys, I probably will not do a live stream Thursday. I may put up a video, probably the unboxing, if it arrives tomorrow. I may put just up a video Thursday, but hopefully Monday we'll be back with another live stream, and hopefully everybody can come back and join us, and hopefully we'll have some good things to talk about, and you have a good rest of your week, and everybody happy collecting and happy hunting if you're going to go out and hunt this week, and be blessed.
Yeah, thank you everybody. I really appreciate it. It's been great being with you tonight.
Okay, all right. See you all later.
All right, take care, man.
You too.